Okay, should we start?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, listen up. Yesterday, me and my brother, we tried this thing called pizza in a mug.
It's called a pizza mug. Like, that's it.
No one calls
You
it.
don't have to put the in mug.
If there was pizza on the picture was there, then I would agree. But this is the actual food, edible food in the mug. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know what? Okay, yeah. Grammatically, it makes sense.
Because it's a cup of tea.
It is. It does make sense. But the thing is, it's just called a mug pizza.
That does sound cool though. Sounds easier to say also. The
Well, then if you had to, like, rename it, what would you rename it to?
pizza in a mug.
That's stupid.
Really?
Out of all the things that you could have just, named this creation, pizza in a mug.
How
yeah,
about-
wow. A 3-year-old could do that.
Oh wow. That's the point, nah. It's like everyone knows what you're talking about.
No, be creative about it.
How about cheese and pep for pepperoni?
Stop talking.
Do you
okay,
have-
let's get back to the story
Okay,
time. What was
fine. So you know me. I have zero cooking experience ever.
I know.
So it was okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have set myself. Anyway, so
Especially
today
coming from me, someone who can actually cook,
Oh,
it's
that's a bit
really
much.
like,
I wouldn't.
I can, shut
I
up.
wouldn't go that far. I can cook is a big statement to say.
I literally learned it in school. So, like, you
Why?
don't even... I got, like, 6s all the time. 6 is basically like, the highest grade that you can get.
Okay, yeah, we've done checkpoints. Anyway,
No, shut up. It's not the same as checkpoints.
What do you
This
mean?
is, like, normal tests.
I'm not gonna ask. But the point is, did you guys have a cooking, like an exam?
Well, okay. Well, in Switzerland, there's not this thing called exams. So these were just, like, kind of, normal tests. And
Unit
all of
tests.
them... kind of like that, sure.
Thank you.
Once in a while we used to have like exams where my teacher just used to have this menu written down and we had to make that using our book, of course, but then she used to grade us based on how neat we are, how clean we cook, and how attentive we are, and how helpful we are to others, and how we don't get in the others' way, and how we don't make mistakes, etc. So the actual the taste testing was never done. It was mainly how you are getting used to the thought of cooking.
Okay, so to sum up, you're kind of a nerd because you cleaned up and you like helped others and stuff. It's a bit sad if you ask me.
We had to do the most nerdiest thing that we had to do used to be mise en place.
What?
It's a French fancy term
For what?
to basically just gather everything that you want before you start cooking. So you know आम्ही सारे खवैये on Zee Marathi basically.
Yes, I do.
You know how they used to like get everything before they used to cook, right? In like separate bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically like that, but just not that organized. That's mise en place, and we had to do that every goddamn week, and it used to be so annoying.
Sounds fun.
Hell yeah. And I was amazing at cooking, like the subject, so who's the nerd now, huh, nerd?
I'm glad you helped though. I guess your mom's happy about that.
She better. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the pizza mug,
Right.
mug in the pizza thing.
Cheese and pep, actually.
Oh god, no.
I'm so
Are we
proud
going
of
with
that.
that?
So mean.
Disgusting. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yes.
That was too like impulsive.
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. Anyway, so I think I did a fairly good job because we made like 2 mugs. And the idea was that you kind of make the dough and then in the microwave the dough rises and then you can put like the cheese. No. Yeah, you can put cheese but you put the pizza sauce and stuff. And I think I did a pretty good job because my brother is very pessimistic when it comes to things that I do. So when I gave it to him and he tried it, he said it's not that bad.
Wow.
I was really hoping.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, good job.
Yes.
You did something right.
I can
you
cook.
you made shut up. You made a dish that a child could make using a microwave.
Wow.
So you didn't even have to go near the stove because, oh, poor little you, we're too scared to get, like, burned. So you used the microwave instead.
Have you ever been burnt by like the gas thing?
Yes.
Exactly then. Well then, conversation over.
Yeah, but
you suck.
If Hunger Games situation, like right now, who would survive, you or me? I would, because I know
Yeah,
how
provided you have like those dishes with the salt.
to cook. But I would. That's the
Well,
point.
you wouldn't, because you'd just start helping others then, wouldn't you?
Well, no, realistically, no. Helping others was just a fake thing that I used to do to get the brownie points that earned me that 6, girl.
6
I'm not gonna do that in. If it's a Hunger Games situation, I'm not helping anyone, okay?
Well, that's fun.
It's me against the world.
Would we survive Hunger Games? I mean, what would I would just hide.
Oh my, I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, what?
When I was watching the movies, I was like, bruh, if I were them, I'd just like make a hole, go in it, and they close the thing until everyone dies
exactly.
eventually. Then you just come up and you're like, oh my god, I'm still here.
You come up.
Like out of the hiding spot.
No, I understood
mean.
that. Thank you for the clarification.
Mm.
I think we do a pretty good job.
With the Hunger Games or this podcast? Or the cooking?
I think I would have a better chance of doing well in the Hunger Games than doing well in this podcast. Because how much time have we wasted?
I mean, looking at... Yeah, we wasted 9 minutes on this. Amazing.
It's a good start.
The podcast's supposed to be like, what, 20 minutes? Wow.
Well,
Anyways, yeah.
hello everyone. This is the OK Listen Up podcast with Komal.
And me, you don't need to know my name. It's okay. I'm
Really?
anonymous. Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay, considering we've got like a lot to talk about, like about what happened in our lives, you're being very secretive.
Just go to youtube.com/xotani. You'll find me. Thank you.
Weird place to...
Plug, I know. Just like subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
No, it's cool. It's a good channel. 80% of the time.
Thank you. That's actually that's a high
That's a
percentage.
pretty good, yeah, success
I'll
rate.
give you that.
So I think we could start off with a little bit of information about us, except for the name, apparently.
It's Tani. So if you can't remember that, Komal, then it's just like you're dumb.
Wow.
It's not my entire name, by the way. It's half of my name.
But I mean, how many names are there that start with that?
Many.
Like if you search it up.
Yeah, there's like Tanishk, there's Tanisha, then there's my name.
Oh, okay. That
Along
helps
with it.
them even more, I guess.
I literally gave them like 100% like hints. The thing is that this was actually my nickname that I used to have in Switzerland because they couldn't really remember my name because it's too big.
Yeah, no, I
So,
get that.
I remember I used to have 2 nicknames. One was Tani and one was Tanu. And my friends, I remember 2 of my friends legit having like a fight over which one's better. Like, no, Tanu's better. It sounds better. And they were like, hell no, Tani's so much nicer, like, to listen to. And I used to just be there like, oh my god, guys, stop. You don't have to.
So which one do you like more?
I like Tanu more.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I like Tanu more. Even if I've like made Tani like my, actual name now, I still like Tanu so much better.
Confusing.
Hey, but like, it is what it is. Whatever.
But I
Let's
do
move on
agree.
from the names. I can't believe
Right.
we've spent 12 minutes just talking about names.
It's 'cause you
Komal.
start-
You softie.
What?
Shut up, you
how
softie.
does this? How? What? Wow.
That's what Komal
Okay.
means. It means
Com-
softness.
Yes. Okay. That I really did not make that connection, but
Did you not?
I-
Wait, did you actually not make that connection, or are you just like
every
kidding?
time someone says Komal, I can't think, oh, soft. You know.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna start calling you like ice cream because you know, like softy ice cream.
It's kind of cold as well. Just like I have like a little intro, so should I start with that?
Hell yeah.
In the age of social media, everyone is being pulled closer, whether they like it or not. And connecting with different people uncovers huge differences, be it age, culture, or morals. Using stories from our personal lives and hearing the other person's point of view, we're going to talk it out. Do differences bring you closer together or pull you further apart?
Bam! One shot, and you were amazing at it.
Thank you. That was not improv, by the way. I would like to state. That was...
Yeah, I can't believe you actually took time to like write that down.
It took 2 minutes. I mean, not that. Like, I like the whole
Wow.
thing, like the hard work and all
Okay.
of
See, this is why you make it so hard to like compliment you. It's because you make me regret complimenting you
Kind of feel bad
every
about it.
time.
But it didn't take long. Like, I just was typing and then I was like, this is a good idea. But it is true.
It is.
I mean,
it is good. Yeah, I
like-
like it.
Okay, we'll start off with my first point, which is, for me, it's tougher to connect with my grandparents than it is to connect with people who are my age but just live totally different lives. So, for example, when I'm with my grandparents, there's nothing much to talk about because, again, they are kind of living the retired life. They're doing their own thing separately as a separate unit, and then I'm kind of connected to the outer world where, especially in this generation, you've got all sorts of things
Yeah.
and not slurs but catchphrases and like a different way of generally talking,
Communicating. Hell yeah.
Yes, exactly. That is actually a big thing. Communication has changed drastically.
Yeah.
And then you come and then you see like the grandparents where life is extremely slow and they're more interested in, I would say these are real issues like, politics and sports. I'm not a very sporty person, but
I'm not
I
a
think the only
politics
place-
person.
Exactly, that's the issue. I mean, yeah, exactly. The issue is that maybe I should get involved a bit in politics, see what is going on in that whole world. But the idea is because I don't know what they're talking about and they don't know what I'm talking about, there's just a kind of a wall which is hard to destroy.
Okay. Well, the wall is, it's called the generation gap and it's always going to be there, but to me a generation gap in itself, like as a separate subject, is so interesting because it's like this living constant reminder of how much we've evolved in such a short period of time.
That's good. That's a new way to see it.
So to me, of course, that's not extremely, but it is, rather challenging to get used to the pace that my grandparents are like used to, and that can make like connecting with them a little harder. I still just, I've just accepted it that, yeah, generation gap, it's a thing and it's okay. So I don't really stress a lot about it. I think like you actually do think a little too much about it.
The issue is that when I was a kid, when I was like 5 and stuff, I would come home twice a year and we would hit it off really well. Because I was a kid, I would put like Dora stickers on his cupboard and he was
Oh
older
my god,
than me,
you used to
obviously.
watch Dora?
I didn't watch it, but the sticker was huge
Oh,
and the
God.
size just dazzled me.
Okay, cool. Sorry,
I
continue.
think no, but that's why when I grew up and now I'm like this age now, it was just a bit sad that I couldn't talk to him. But I think a point where we could find something in common is maybe science, because he loves science. He's pretty tech savvy, so he can search different things up and get information. Not from WhatsApp forwards, I hope, but generally from different news articles. And to me, science is very interesting, and to him, apparently, it is. So I think that is a place where we could meet each other halfway.
That's great. You still think that like difference in age is like kind of harder to get used to than like, for example, cultural differences, etc.
Right, yes.
Between people who are the same age. Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say. I totally agree with the fact that like overall differences between two people shouldn't really be a driving force which tears you apart.
Sometimes, though, I do think differences are useful when talking to other people. Just because I think for me, it's just you're curious to find out how people other than you live. Like, even, for example, when we lived in England, we still used to have, the general Indian food, which was puri and bhaji, and then on weekends we'd have pohe for breakfast, and then maybe on one odd day we'd have some English meal. But we still don't know how they generally do their meals. So it was very interesting for us to go to someone else's house for like Christmas or just a general lunch and see what they're having. So instead of pushing us away, it was more useful because there was more to talk about as well.
That's so amazing. Further proves the point of like different cultures can totally get, used to each other and can actually benefit from each other and to like learn more.
Right, obviously.
That's great.
Yeah, that is an interesting topic there. How different cultures interact.
The thing about different cultures is that, trust me, personally, being someone who extremely is in love with history, I love different places and getting to know other things which are so different from what I'm used to. So different things intrigue me far more than what I see on daily basis, to say the least. For example, I went to Dubai like last year, not around this time, it was like beginning of the year. So, when there was like corona free time.
Right.
No, I think it was whatever. I don't care about that. So, anyways, it was a safe trip to say the least, and I met this girl. She was an Afghan girl, and I met her on a boat type tour thing that we did. It was like a dinner on a boat, and she was sitting next to me, and conversation started extremely normal. It was when I helped her get a glass of cola. So something minuscule as that.
Oh, okay.
Sparked a genuine
Sweet.
conversation between us, and we were talking about anything and everything. She was telling me about her entire childhood, about how she grew up in the UK, and now she was also born over there, and now she's married to a Pakistani guy, and now she's living over there, and she was telling me all about the differences that she's dealing with on day-to-day basis and stuff. But it was just so interesting to hear something so genuine from this real person who lives a completely different life from me. I think I agree with you. I guess it is a bit difficult to get along with an age group which is rather elder than you compared to people who, I guess, have grown up in a different place as you or come from a different background.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense with the whole culture thing. When I was living back in UK, it was interesting to see how, because we were all very small, right? I was probably like 5 or 6, and so was everyone else in my class. So it was fun to see how no one really cared about it was just, how good are you at being a friend? Can you play football with me? And are you generally, good with other kids in the class? That's literally all we talked about. There was nothing at all to do with, of course they did cultural activities and stuff, but apart from that I think there were no real issues. But despite that, I'm still intrigued by, obviously, by how different cultures are in, in the way that their clothing is and their general meals of the day, obviously.
Yeah, or like even
And how,
celebrations
like,
as well.
exactly. We have insane.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I went to like a garba once.
Oh god.
Whew, the full family was there. It was
Amazing.
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 But yeah, that was what. So the point here is that I think different cultures should be introduced sooner to kids, just so that they don't shy away from different people, and
Yeah.
that obviously does not end well, just because you're losing on a lot of perspective when you decide not to meet someone because of how they look.
And it also just, normalizes that different people do exist from like a younger age.
Exactly.
When your brain is still developing, that if you feed it in there that the way you live isn't the only way that everyone else lives, it's just easier for other people to get used to other people in like later
Yeah.
life when they do actually venture out in the world. So they don't really,
Exactly.
they don't get as shocked when they see different types of things. So it just, also increases the amount of respect in this world. I think that's something that we really need.
Yeah, we need a lot of that.
We need a lot of respect because people just have a lot of opinions, negative ones.
Exactly.
Specifically.
Yeah, people have a lot of opinions. Like,
Yeah.
you have
people
to have
shouldn't have opinions, honestly.
Why are they exactly?
Don't
that
have
was my
opinions.
issue. I was like,
Just stop having
yeah,
opinions. This entire podcast is based on our opinions, but everyone else
no.
is not supposed to have opinions.
I just don't understand that like why do you care after a certain point?
I know.
Just like chill out a bit.
Just honestly shut up and live your life. Is it that hard?
Exactly.
Is it that hard? God.
Yeah, I get that though. Another point of difference is this, for me I think is the biggest one, is the difference in what kind of humor you like. My favorite comedian is Ricky Gervais. It's very brash British raw comedy, whereas some people obviously they like softer light-hearted jokes, which are funny too. But that was, I think, that I think is like when the difference is the humor difference is different, then that is kind of like a non-starter.
I feel like actually, honestly, even if you're the same age or even if someone elder than you, if you guys have the same type of humor, you can still get along really well just by cracking jokes,
Yeah.
I get that.
That's a great way. I think with humor in general, these days, everyone is kind of searching for, like, where is this offensive, right? Because everyone's so ready to be offended, which I understand sometimes, because it is genuinely, like, sometimes, like, with dark humor, it's genuinely hurtful, and it does make people feel bad. But then there's just times where you're just making a joke, and that's it. Obviously, it doesn't have any...
Yeah. No, I see.
There shouldn't be repercussions.
Yes, that's just everywhere, honestly, with cancel culture being the thing. It's everywhere.
What is your humor type? What do you like? No, two questions. What do you like listening to as comedy, and what kind of jokes do you make?
Okay. Here's the thing. Oh god. I don't know if I'm funny or not. Okay? So I don't really know if I make good jokes or not. So my jokes are completely based on like random things. I am a person who really thrives off of inside jokes. I think inside jokes, something personal, is so amazing. And that can really make a relationship thrive. Any type of relationship.
Yeah.
Having inside jokes is the best way that you can have a conversation with someone. Just sprinkling it in appropriate places again and again.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know. I really like that. And
Okay.
my type of humor is one word, random. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I laugh at anything as long as it's random. So if someone is trying to be funny, or if, TV shows with laugh tracks in them, I'm not gonna laugh at that. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, you don't like
I
that, do
I
you?
hate that. Like,
Oh.
don't tell me when to laugh. I decide
Oh.
when to laugh, you know? What's up
Yeah, I
with
get that.
Hell yeah.
Kind of
Don't
do.
tell me what to do. I'm gonna cry when you're laughing in the background. How does that sound, huh?
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. So, there's that. For example, I'll tell you how ridiculous my taste in humor is.
Oh, okay.
The other day on Instagram, I found this one video of a bread loaf falling. And I
Okay.
lost my mind.
Oh, no.
I was laughing so hard. Just watching, I don't even know if it was like a bread or a cake slice, but it was just like falling down, and I laughed at that for like minutes before I was like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
So, to conclude this episode, what do you
Right.
think, Gumen? Do differences pull you closer together, or do they push you further apart?
I would say most of the time they do bring you close together, just because it's like exploring the unknown. You don't know what you're gonna find out. What is your conclusion for the day?
I think people all across the globe, that regardless your differences, there is still a huge chance that you can make it work. But at the end of the day, if your morals are completely different, it's not going to work. That's the
Interesting.
only thing that I think difference actually pushes you extremely further apart, and there's no way that it can pull you closer together.
Well, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Komal and whatever she wants to call
I'm
herself.
anonymous. Hello, stick with that.
Yeah, sure, that. That was a fun episode. Next episode, we will be talking about cancel culture, which we did bring up very briefly.
Exactly, like
Here?
once. For 2
Yeah,
seconds.
very brief. But again, it's important, and I think me and you might have different views on this. But we'll
Oh
have to see.
god, oh no.
I genuinely think
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay, softie, we'll see about that.
Okay, you
Little
know what?
ice cream.
I don't.
Go sit in a cone. Sorry.
That sounds very comfortable.
No, it doesn't. Cones are like hollow. Like, how do you want to
No,
sit
but
on
it's
that?
like a blank. Like imagine a huge.
Okay,
cone
we need to
shaped
end
bucket,
this. We need to
And
end
then you
this.
sit.
On this note, Softie and I, we're gonna say goodbye.
Okay. Okay. But peace out.
Yep.
I guess.
Okay, bye bye.